terrible. The whole place is shaking. It's an earthquake! Are we good yet? Damn. I look like my fucking hairline is receding to shit. Oh, the camera's on. Wonderful. Live from my mother's basement once again. Here's Johnny. Whee! Today's video is a special topic, one that I don't see too many other people doing. Just a praise video and a thank you video and a complete shout out video. This one is for one of my best friends in the entire world. This one is for Dan Bigler. I've known Dan Bigler since like, I don't know, 7th grade. We've been pretty much super tight ever since we first met. I don't want to be rewriting history here, but we were playing like Dungeons and Dragons together, and we played the Magic the Gathering card game together, and we played the Final Fantasy games all the time, talked about them. Went to school together, obviously. But what really brought us together was the fact that we both loved wrestling and watched wrestling all the time. And he's been a wrestling fan just as long as I have. Many, many, many years. His father, in fact, a gigantic wrestling fan. You know, this kid, my buddy Dan, he and I, we've been to live events together. We've ordered countless pay-per-views together. He's been like, you know, he's been like a brother. And I just wanted to talk about some of the things that, you know, make Dan extra special and why I'm thankful for having him in my life. So, we're from upstate New York. And upstate New York is home to the Times Union Center, which was previously known as the Pepsi Arena, which was previously known as the Knickerbocker Arena. And you might remember Knickerbocker Arena from 1992, Albany, New York, when Ric Flair won the Royal Rumble and became the WWF champion. I know that you guys will remember that name because Jeff Schlegel said it in his Off the Rope show review with, I believe, Metal D. Yeah, Metal D did that one. Talking about Royal Rumble 92. If you haven't watched that video, go watch it. Shameless plug! Dan and I have, you know, seen a lot of wrestling together. It's no lie. We used to always get together on our little summer vacations. From school, we would watch all of the Nitros, all of the Raws. We'd watch every SmackDown, essentially, later on. He would come to my college dorm up in Albany to watch Raw and to watch SmackDown, just chill out, order pizza, whatever. And he and I really got doing this in the Attitude Era, so we saw, you know, all of the Stone Cold and The Rock and Triple H and Hardys and Dudley Boys and Edge and Christian moments together. And I remember one of our favorite moments together was watching, I believe, the commercial break during Nitro. And you know who Gilbert Gottfried is, the voice of Iago the parrot in Disney's Aladdin. Also the principal from Problem Child, if you remember that movie. Nobody remembers that, they're that old. Okay. So Gilbert Gottfried was the voice for a Master Lock commercial. They're trying to hit it with a hammer, they're trying to hit it with bolt cutters. Just, you can't stop this thing. It's a Master Lock. It's amazing. It's a great commercial. He's taunting, you know, the guy that's trying to do this, you know. So then they pull a gun on the lock. And the whole time, Gilbert Gottfried's going, "Hey, we can work this out. No, it doesn't have to come to this. Oh, my God." they shoot the lock and nothing happens. You know, just like a fucking a little dink. And Gilbert Gottfried goes, "Nice try, you weenie." And Dan and I proceed to launch soda, I think it was root beer, probably Barks, all over his carpeting in the bedroom because we were just laughing our fucking asses off. And it's, you know, little memories like this that make me proud to be a wrestling fan because, you know, we really grew up together doing this. And, you know, I'm sure we gave his mother hell with all those late nights and cheering and ranting and, you know, just talking wrestling to each other all the time, whether it was on a phone or, you know, just being there and doing it in person and all this shit. And we probably drove her crazy. But, you know, like, Halloween one year, I dressed up as the Macho Man Randy Savage. I had a paint-on beard before I could really grow it in, you know. I think we were like 16 or something. I didn't think I could even drive yet, to be honest. And we went all the way around town collecting candy. He had a little puffy shirt on. I guess he was trying to go as one of the Brood members. But yeah, I remember watching the Brood debut on television, and you know, see Edge and everybody, and watch their careers grow. And Dan's been a really good friend of mine forever. We were together the night that Kevin Nash put an end to Goldberg's streak at Starrcade. That was a pretty memorable moment together. What the fuck else did we watch together? Pretty sure we were together for one of those pay-per-views. I don't remember if it was Spring Stampede or if it was Halloween Havoc. Macho Man versus DDP. Steel Cage, I think it was too. Maybe that was on a Nitro. I don't know. One of them fucking pay-per-views. We used to get like every pay-per-view, so there's been a lot of them, but I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, and I really can't do it right now. I have a very bad memory, being old. But I remember watching the ladder match between Triple H and The Rock with him. I remember seeing that pay-per-view. I don't remember what pay-per-view it was now, but it's a really good match. And, you know, I can remember us always rooting for, you know, the bad guy, no matter what. Like, this is just how we were. And Dan's one of those guys who's, you know, kind of quiet, usually in real life, unless you really get to know him. And then he's just absolutely hilarious. Like, he's got this sense of humor that, I mean, like, if you were to compare him next to any of the comedians of our time, like, maybe he wouldn't have all of the typical laugh out loud moments like a stand-up comic, but Dan really reminds me of a guy like Bobby the Brain Heenan, who just always oozed this intelligent humor and, you know, showcased it regularly and made everybody else's life around him brighter because, you know, of this humor and this, you know, this passion for living in life. And I'm just really thankful to have Dan in my life. Dan has continued to inspire me to be a wrestling fan. There was a period of like 5 years that I lived in Missouri. I went through a pretty rough time. Was in a relationship down there. It was pretty awful. No, it was god awful. It wasn't pretty awful. There was nothing pretty about it. It was just awful. And I didn't have any cable. So the best way that I could catch up on wrestling was to wait, you know, 2, 3, 4 days back then for somebody to upload shit onto YouTube and try to watch it there, or, you know, try to catch a stream. But back then they were so filled with viruses that I really didn't, you know, I didn't trust them. So he would keep me updated with who won matches and whatnot, and we would talk about it on like a weekly basis through email and everything. And whenever I would come back up for visits, I would make sure to get a hold of him, and we would continue our walk down fucking nostalgia highway, whatever you want to call it. Um, like, it's just been a really fun time, and Dan is definitely part of the reason that I'm still a wrestling fan and that I care so much about it, because he's just somebody that you can genuinely talk to about it, and some people might think that you're not cool or whatever, or bully you for being a wrestling fan, but um, he and I have always had each other's back and been really like promoting of the fact that we love it too much. And he's actually the guy that I went to the TNA live event with, and we just completely enjoyed it. Had nothing really bad to say about it at all. Um, he's got such a clever mind for doing like fantasy booking or rewriting stuff, and he remembers like exact dates and shit of like when things happened, or how many time champ this guy was when he faced this other guy that was this many time champ. And he's absolutely brilliant. I'm in awe of the fact that he can remember a lot of this stuff without having to look it up. Every day I aspire to be as good of a fan to the business as he's been. Like, I openly bitch about it here on my YouTube channel, and I think the companies are fucking up and everything, but really, it takes a lot for him to get discouraged, and he's always pretty positive about stuff. He's always excited to watch it. Sit back, drink beer, watch wrestling. What could be better than that? And, for that, I really just, once again, I'm super thankful to have him in my life. He's one of my best friends. And, like, if we were to be a tag team, I would be Jetpack Jimmy and he would be Captain Crazy. We would be the Nutcases, and we would carry around cardboard cutout little title belts that we actually slipped real, belts through the straps. And not to say that we didn't do that or anything, back when we were 15 years old, but yeah, good times. And I can't wait to hook up with him some more here in the future and watch even more wrestling. I want you to check out his link. He's got a wrestling blog that he does. It's on LiveJournal. It's called dantalkswrestling.livejournal.com. I'll leave a link to it here in the video somewhere. Maybe in the beginning, maybe at the end, maybe both. Give it some time. Think about it. He does this armchair booking segment where he rewrites history and says how he would have presented somebody to make a bigger impact. And he likes to relate things to the past and wrestling that from like the golden era that we've seen before. Check him out. He's an amazing mind here in the internet wrestling community, and I'm really happy and fortunate to be able to call him, one of my best friends. So here's to you, Dan, the reason I made this whole video. And, stay tuned for more awesome videos in the future. If you had a YouTube channel, I would plug it, but you shy bastard, I guess you don't want to be on camera for whatever reason. I think personally the ladies would line up like, 4 houses down just to be able to get in here and see you, but whatever. You're always welcome here, live from my mother's basement. And just let me know when you're coming over next time so we can have the pizza ready. Till next time.